What's happening? This is the Tap In Podcast. We are live inside the Tap In studio. Man, I got one of my homeboys, somebody who I am quickly becoming a fan of. My boy Joseph in the building. What's happening, man?
What's going on, brother?
Chilling, man.
Yeah.
Chilling.
I'm glad to be back, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Man, I just want to say, like, everything I've been seeing on you online is like, it's amazing. It's dope. I am a fan.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
That's love.
And it's crazy because I'm starting to get to know you personally.
For sure.
But I'm a fan, man.
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
Nah, that's love. And it's reciprocated too, bro. Like I was telling you, like off camera the other day when you pulled up to the studio, like what you do, like, is so different from the sensationalized like podcast that's out right now. And like I appreciate that so much, like, because it shows like your intentionality to just like everything you doing, like you actually care about having dope conversations, not just about headlines. So
yeah,
it's the same, bro. I'm a fan, bro.
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
For sure.
Man, so you brought up when I pulled up to the studio the other day, man.
Yes, sir.
You got some phenomenal music that's coming.
Yeah.
Kind of tell the people like what was behind your thoughts about making this new album. Because how you broke it down to me, I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be the one.
Yeah. That's so. It's funny. It's Pandemic. And
That's the name of the album, Pandemic.
No.
Okay.
The name of the album is called Dream City.
Okay, I'm about to
Dream
say,
City LP, which is so the title is a play on Arlington coined they knew. Oh my bad. Arlington coined they knew nickname as American Dream City. And so I thought it would just be dope, you know what I'm saying, to play on the words of Dream City. Okay. But that came later. So when I started working on it, like I said, it was in the pandemic. Everybody's sitting down, and you really alone with your thoughts. And I had just started working with Da Vinci, who my boy Jones actually introduced me to. And he pulled up, and the intro song, Southside intro, like he made that beat on the spot. And the first thing that came to mind, you know, was the first line, which started to tell the story about my childhood. It was never planned. Like it was just like, it's on now. White tees and jabos. This is the story of my youth, the greatest story ever told. And it was like, I didn't plan on doing that, but it was just like what was surfacing, you know? So I had been gone, you know, like we talked about last time, like 7 years. And that was like year 2 of me being home. So all of these memories started coming back. And it was like the story was like ready to be told. And so we started working on it then in 2020.
Dope.
Yeah.
So do you think if it wasn't for the pandemic, you wouldn't have been able to sit down with your thoughts and really kind of reminisce about stuff that you done went through?
Yeah, for
really?
sure. Yeah, the pandemic, it definitely did. And then just being home. Like I said, it's like, because the geography, so it's you seeing certain places and memories are like popping up. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, dang, that McDonald's. Oh, dang, my apartments I grew up in. Oh, dang, like all of this stuff, the highway, like driving back and forth on the highway, you know, stuff like that. And you start, you know, reconnecting with people you ain't talked to, you know, and so you like remembering the stories and the parties, and you know, you just remembering everything. And it was like, okay. And then it just all just started, you know, on its own. Like, yeah.
Is there a story that you didn't get to tell on the album that you like, dang, I wish I would have told this story? Or is there a memory who was like, dang, I wish I would have got that on the album?
Man,
because you was telling, like, when I was listening to the album, you was talking about how your homeboy just came home from doing the bid. Yep. How y'all, I think you said something about one of your homeboys that got killed on I-20 or something.
Yeah. So
like they like some deep stories in the album, man.
Yeah.
Is there something that you wanted to get on there that you didn't?
I don't think so. I think everything that needed to be told was told.
Okay.
If that makes sense. You know, I really sat, like, it's 3 years later, you know, and we just now like finishing recording. So it took a long time to make sure that I told the stories that needed to be told. You know what I'm saying? And if not, there's these subtle ways that I paid homage to, you know, certain people who played a huge part in you know, just like me being inspired by the city I come from. You know, so it's like subtle nods. Maybe I say a line, or I'll channel them in the verse and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like every story that needed to be told was told. The people that needed to be mentioned were mentioned. And so yeah, I'm really, really, really happy with this body of work. Like I don't know if I've ever, you know what I'm saying, just been as proud, you know, because I take real pride in waving the flag for my city. Like, and the people who came before me. You know what I'm saying? Like I take real pride in that. And so you know, playing it for them, they loving it, they inspired, you know what I'm saying? Like, and we got that coming too, you know, when we dropped the doc and all the reactions and stuff. But, you know, I'm really proud of this body of work.
Dope, man. Yeah. And because I find it like most artists don't get as vulnerable, you know what I mean, or really be able to kind of tell their story through the music. Yeah. And I always find it like fascinating the ones who do get to tell their story. Yeah. And it was like, yeah, now you digging into something now into emotions. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Was it scary going that route or being able to be that vulnerable on record, or what was that process like?
Nah, it wasn't. You know, it's funny. Vulnerability is like my superpower. You know what I'm saying? So I remember I was in 5th grade, and this is when I first like realized I had an affinity for writing, right? So I was reading this book, and it talked about something about how like when you just tell real and honest stories, like it moves people, right? And we were doing a poem contest, and I wanted to win. I'm just competitive. I wanted to win, and so I remember reading that, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna write something that connect, like that everybody can like, you know, connect to and just be vulnerable. So I wrote a poem about parents. You know what I'm saying? I'm 9, 10. Yeah, just parents. Yeah. And it worked. And I ended up like, you know, that little poem got published in like the little book or whatever with schools and stuff like that. But I took that with me when I really started like, okay, I'm gonna be an artist. And so I've always been super vulnerable in my music. I just feel like it's my superpower. You know what I'm saying? Telling real stories, like being real with myself, first of all. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah.
Can you share with the audience before they hear the music, like one of the stories that's on the album?
Yeah. So probably my favorite song is a song called Lil Nigga. And it's like you know, a ride with me and my older homies. Like I was always the youngest around, you know, because of playing basketball, you know, I played up, so all my friends were older. And it's just a story about being with my older homies. And, you know, we getting into all the bull that you get into when you younger. I'm 14 and they like 16, 17. So they on a whole nother thing than what I'm on. You know, I'm just like, I just want to hang out. But they like, we trying to find the girls. We try to get some money. We trying to, you know what I'm saying? They on all of that. And, you know, it's this journey, you know, through like what a day would be like with us. You know what I'm saying? So from them picking me up. And they used to like, my boy D used to be like, he'd be like, come on, little nigga, get in. You know what I'm saying? Or he'd be like, you know what I'm saying? He'd be like, where we going, bro? Man, shut your ass up, little nigga. Just sit and ride. You know what I'm saying? That type stuff, like big homie type stuff. And so, you know, it's just a journey to where we posting up trying to get some food. You know, my nigga got some hoes, but no gas to get where we going. You know what I'm saying? Just stuff like that. And that's my favorite story because it comes to this situation where it's like, you know, we in these moments where we doing wild stuff, you know, stuff that get you jammed up, you know what I'm saying? Get you, you know, penitentiary chances at a young age. And it's like, I'm having this, like this dialogue with myself. Like, my daddy did a bid, my uncles did too. I'm at odds with myself and all the things I value. Like, it's like reciprocate the cycle, trying to impress the crew or speak up for myself and stand on my own too. And it's like this, you know what I'm saying? This juxtaposition of trying to make this decision for myself, but I can't because I want to be like them so bad. I want to be accepted by them so bad. And then my older homie being like, nigga, I'm taking you home. This ain't for you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like you one of us, but this not for you. And making that decision for me. You know what I'm saying? So that's my favorite story.
Yeah. Do you think that's missing like in the culture now where big homies would be like, nah, little nigga, we taking you out.
Well, because it's no big homies, right? A lot of them got locked up, you know? So, like, mine are just coming home, for real. Like, they just coming home, you know, from doing stretches 5 years, 4 years, 14 years. Yeah. And so, you know, a lot of the youngest are growing up and they just governing themselves. You know what I'm saying? And then it's already, you know, we got the thing with no mentors, no dad. There's no dads in the neighborhoods no more. There's no, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like stuff like that. And so, you know, I think that's what really like the younger generation is faced with, like no guidance at all. And that's why this album is what it is, because it's like, these is like, you know, to my youngest, listen clear and internalize my quotes. Like, this is a cautionary tale, and this is also like proof that, bro, if you stick to your guns and if you stick to like what you love to do, like you can get somewhere. This environment is not all there is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I kind of put the some of the onus on myself because I know I don't reach back to people that are younger than me. You know what I mean? I'm still on my path. Yeah. You know what I mean? And sometimes it's like maybe I be forgetting about the young dudes under me, or you know they're coming up, trying to figure out you know which direction to go. But I need to be more intentional on that, because we are the big homies now.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? We are the big homies. We have to take on that responsibility of we are now the big homies. Yeah. We need to give some of the young dudes guidance. You know what I mean? Yeah. Go on the right path. But some of these young dudes, they don't.
Yeah, they don't. They don't want to hear it. And it's tough. It is tough. But it's just like a thing where we just have to show them first. Yeah. You know, they the phone generation, so they gotta see it first. Yeah. They can't just take your word for it. Like, they ain't on the respect your elders thing no more. It's like, nah, I respect you when I see you with the joint. Like when I see you with the you see what I'm saying? With the trophies. Then I'll listen to you. But I think the problem lies is that the people with the trophies who have that influence, they not going back to, you know what I'm saying, really holler at the kids. And I know that for a fact because like I work with kids. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I care so much about the babies. Like, I care about them, you know, and I want to see them do well. And so I always try to make sure I'm like walking the right path to where they can look and they can see and be like, oh, okay, there's another option. So I don't got to be guns in the videos. Yeah. So I don't have to be this about women. So I don't have to like, oh, there's another option. And that's all I'm trying to be, is another option. You know, and so, but yeah, they need it.
And that's why I think this album that you call that you got coming out, Dream City, that's why I think it's so important, because you're going back telling stories about where you could have went wrong. Yeah. You know what I mean? Where some of your other partners did go wrong. Yep. And you know what I mean? And they just now coming home from when y'all was kids. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I think that's why this album that you got coming is so important, and it's putting on for Arlington. Yeah. I never hear nobody repping Arlington, man. Yeah. It's either Dallas or Fort Worth. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Yep. And so I think that's super dope, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it. You know, and it's B Hamp told me that. Like when we first linked, you know, for him to record his verse for the song that we did on the album, he was like, man, keep waving the flag the way you doing. He was like, that was a slip up I had. I said DFW. I should have just like really, you know what I'm saying? And so he gave me that game, just being like, keep waving the flag for Arlington. Be specific. You know what I'm saying? And then obviously like Nip and guys like that who, you know what I'm saying, were super specific about like where they were from, you know? Right. NWA, they said Compton. You know what I'm saying? Outkast, we from Atlanta, we from the East Side. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were super specific, and it's like these stories can still like, you know what I'm saying? Just because we from different places. It's funny, like black folk, we are the same everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, we do the same stuff. Like, we do the same things. We share some of the same lingo. The accents may be a little different, but like we are the same. We share these experiences, and so yeah, I just feel like it connect. Okay. The album, when is it? When can people expect it, man? Fall.
Okay.
Fall. So we tighten it up on like the, you know, just how we want to roll it out. But fall, you know what I'm saying? And we also taking some meetings and just seeing like where we want it to land and how we want it to come out. So okay, yeah, man, just, you know.
So you possibly going to the major markets, or you stay in India, or what you doing?
Yeah, so we trying to figure it out now. We got some situations that's kind of lining up. So we just seeing what's gonna work best for us in this moment. But you know, I just don't want to be like naive. I think when we talk about independence, everybody thinks independence is like just doing it by yourself. Mm-hmm. When it's not. There's Like, you gotta have bread to be independent for real. You know what I'm saying? People don't talk about that. Like, independent do not mean like, I'm broke doing this. No, that is not what independent means.
Yeah.
Independent just mean you not signed to one of the 3 majors.
Yeah.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? But even being independent, you gotta have, you know what I'm saying, bread to do what you're trying to do. So we just want to make sure we get it out to as many people as we can. You know what I'm saying? This story matters.
I remember last time we talked about indie or major, right?
Yep.
I kind of changed my tune a little bit. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because I see as a business, right? And instead of just saying, "Hey, I just want to be all independent," or it's strategic partnerships that you can link with somebody else that, you know what I mean, that they do something well, you do something well. Let's put it together. Let's get in this car together, and we can make some bread together. You know what I mean? And so that's really what I think independent artists should start doing.
Yeah.
Develop their own company, partner with another machine or a company that can actually amplify their music and get it to as many people as they can.
Yeah.
I think that's the smarter business move. You know what I mean?
Agree. And I think the big independent big dogs, they gotta tell the story better. Like, they don't tell the story like really like well. You know what I'm saying? They just like, we did it ourselves. Woo, woo, woo. It's like, no, you didn't. Somebody put up 50 racks for you to be able to break through. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not just like, oh, I'm gonna post my song and then boom, it goes. That's just not how it works. And so we gotta stop telling this fairy tale, especially to the youngins, and because it's messing up the quality. Right? So they just thinking like, oh, okay, we just do it off our phone and boom, throw it out. No, like, these independent artists, the ones you love, the Larry Junes, he started with, X amount of dollars. Like, Currency started with X amount of dollars. Like, Wiz started with X amount of dollars. All of these independent, Nip started with, you know what I'm saying? Hove, like, you know what I'm saying? Who was like the most important independent artist ever. They started with a big bag to do that independently. It costs, you know what I'm saying? And so, we gotta stop like just making it seem like the majors is just super evil. It's really a negotiation game.
I think is part of LaRussell. You know what I mean? I think I'm waiting to just see what actually comes of that. You know what I mean? Because I think LaRussell is dope.
For sure.
You know what I mean? But he is like so anti-majors.
Yeah.
And on one hand, I get it because, he kind of got played by a major. And the other hand, I'm like, but there are other ways to go about getting it out.
Yeah.
And I'm really just waiting to just see how that plays out, because I heard a conversation between Charlemagne and this other guy, I forget his name, Loon, I think.
Yeah.
Where they were saying, you seen that?
Yeah.
Where they were saying something about like independent artists have a ceiling. You know what I mean? And they always gonna hit that ceiling.
Yep.
And I'm looking at LaRussell like, I wonder what his ceiling is. You know what I mean? If he tried to go all the way independent, or if, because he built his own platform and did all that. I'm really like waiting to see what that is. And if there's anybody else that could plug into him or his machine
and break.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I think when you talk about that, right? So the two like people that I studied, really when I started doing this and was like, okay, we're gonna go independent for real, was Macklemore and Chance the Rapper, right? What people don't know about Macklemore was when Thrift Shop was the biggest song in the world, he was independent. He only had a distribution deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was not signed. You can go look on Apple Music when it at the bottom where it say you ain't gonna see a label name because he wasn't signed to no label. He was independent. He just had distribution, which means somebody put up money for him to for his record to be pushed some more. You know what I'm saying? Because there is a ceiling. But he was like independent from a major, and then Chance the Rapper, right? When he dropped that third mixtape, he partnered with Apple. It was an Apple Music exclusive, and they gave him X million dollars to do that, and he was front page, and you know what I'm saying? So he had the bread to play like he was a big, a part of the big label. So he had the money to push, you know what I'm saying, himself, the visuals, to get on the Saturday Night Lives, to do the Grammy stuff. Like, all of that costs bread. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so it's never just a thing of, all right, I just blew up it just happened. No, that's not true. You know what I'm saying? That's never gonna be true. Like it's really like you gotta have some bread behind you.
Would you do an exclusive with a DSP?
For sure. What? We ain't turning down. You know.
So, because I know, but what I'm I guess more so what I'm asking is, would you do a distribution deal with a smaller DSP? Maybe not an Apple because they want the major artists. You know what I mean? But like somebody who is in that DSP area at the same level that you are in the music game, and they just want exclusive music to try to bring more fans in.
See, that would
be
you
tough. Do something like that?
That would be tough because you're talking about like the smaller ones, like because you know what I'm saying? Everybody's Spotify, Apple Music, some people Tidal, or Amazon Music is the new gen. But like, so that's tough. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, well, how are we gonna get people here? Are we spending the ad dollars, the marketing? Like, what are we doing to get them to come even check this out? Am I big enough to draw people that they want to hear this music so bad that they'll come over here? You know what I'm saying? Like LaRussell's kind of built the system like that with his version of the Proud to Pay, where people buying like the album straight up from him, which is crazy. That's the dopest thing I think he does is like he made 100,000 like week one from people buying his album. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, he only streamed, like, he had like 4,000 like purchases from streams or whatever. Like, that's so impressive. You know what I'm saying? That's so impressive that people would spend their hard-earned money nowadays.
I wonder why more artists don't do that.
I think it's fear, just being real. It's
really?
Just fear, yeah. Because the numbers matter so much. You get in them conversations, them label conversations, the numbers matter so much. The optics of the numbers, they matter so much. And I think the fear is kind of like, I don't want to put this album up just for sale. You know what I'm saying? Because maybe people won't buy it. Like, it can be a thing.
Because I know for me, like, I probably now, the way I listen to music, I probably wouldn't buy like a whole album, but I'd buy a song that I really like. You know what I mean? Yeah. If it's only cost me $1 for that song, then I do that. For sure. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I remember when Apple was doing the same thing. Yeah. You know what I mean? When you could buy the whole album from $9.99, or you could just buy the songs that you want for $1. Yeah. And I don't know how that trickled down to the actual artist, but I was like, I'd rather something, because I guess the way I listen to music, I ain't listening to a whole album. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I'll listen to, if I got a song that should be on repeat. For sure. You know what I'm saying? For sure. If I got a song I love it, am I gonna be on repeat? But I think more artists can benefit financially by just giving it directly to the people who support them for $1 for a song, $12.99 for a whole album. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And the proof. Like, we have the proof. It worked for Nip. It's working for LaRussell. I think it's just building up enough steam and for people to like actually care. You know what I'm saying? Like I
think that's the marketing.
Absolutely.
I think that's
to do the marketing, you gotta have the. You know what I'm saying?
No, you don't have to see this.
You gotta have the bag.
No, see, I disagree. I think it's just, it has to be creative and it has to be different with the marketing. Sure. But I think because the one thing that Nip did was so dope when he was selling the $100 album. He said it was $100. Only a couple of people bought the album at first, and most people talked about it. But the conversation around the whole thing is what made it have a life of its own. For sure. And he didn't have to have no extra money. He just, the same $2, $3 it cost to print up.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just creative and different. Yeah. And so I think that's what most artists get caught up. I need the bag to be able to get this marketing plan. And I think if most artists, if you think outside the box,
agreed,
some creative, some different, but something that's relative to you, the artist, man, you could really.
I agree with that.
You could really like make something shake. You know what I mean? Or change the market, or at least enter the market. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
The people who love you, I just think it just takes some think tank. And all your whole crew, the Home Team Records, get your whole crew in there like, yo, what can we do?
Oh, no, this marketing we finna do for this. I'm crazy. Like, these ideas. And it's about to start. Like, here in, like, the next 2 weeks, like, you'll see, like, the first things. Like,
the rollout?
Oh, yeah. It's crazy. Like, just that, the ideas, because there's so much that there's so many things that this city played a part in. And so we just like, we making sure we touch the certain points, And then I'm just putting together my whole story. So even like me playing ball, like I've never talked about it before. And so we're incorporating that into this whole thing, So it's like, it's going to be, yeah, we went there.
And I don't think people know that's outside of DFW area that the Cowboy Stadium is in Arlington.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's like a big staple in Arlington. You know what I mean? Probably when you was a kid, it wasn't there. But I think now when people come, they come to Arlington.
For sure.
And they don't even know it.
That's why Arlington is about to be the entertainment capital of America. It's about to happen. No, it's just a fact. Like the FIFA's gonna be here later this year. MLB All-Star Game next year. We the only place with 2 baseball stadiums. You know what I'm saying? 100 yards from each other. Texas Live. The first Texas casino will be connected to Texas Live. Exactly. You see what I'm saying? It's all of it. That's why, like, if you drive in certain points of Arlington, it says Entertainment District. That's why they changed the name to American Dream City. Like, it's going to be everything here. There's going to be no excuses. Like, they already doing the huge, massive fights are here. Canelo fights here. Errol Spencer's fought at AT&T. All of these things are happening here in Arlington. Like, this is becoming a hub, a cultural hub, which it's always been. Like, it's always been. Like, when you talk about, especially, like, the dance era, people had to come here first to get those records broke. They had to come to the stadium first. Like, when you talk about the Chris Browns, the Bow Wows, the stanky leg, like, all of that. They had to, you know what I'm saying? Those records got broke here in Arlington. And then, like, Dallas artists, too, like, because the Arlington Stadium was the hub. It was a hub of culture. Talk
about the stadium, man, because everybody that's from this area always talk about stadium and how dope it was.
Yeah.
Can you explain to the people, like, what stadium was?
For sure. So the Arlington Stadium used to have this thing called Super Sundays, and they would do it on Sundays when there was no school on Mondays, right? So if there's a holiday on a Monday, Super Sunday cracking is going up. And then during the summer, every Sunday, it would be happening. And the line would be from the door all the way back to the street to Cooper. Like, that's how many kids would be here. Just out, like, and you hustling in the line trying to you might not even have no money to get in, but you just going through. You may know some people, some girls, so you ask, let me get through that. You got $2. Like, you doing whatever you can. You know what I'm saying? And then even if, like, it was like a big deal to be a part of the street team, because that means you got in for free every time. So people would be like, you know what I'm saying? If they gonna be a part of the street team,
they was like promoting like the skate
everywhere. So you got people from all different high schools, and it was 13 to 18, right? So you got people from all these different high schools, different schools or whatever, who passing out, every week. B Hemp performing his, Ricky Bobby, like, you know what I'm saying? The GS Boys gonna be here perform. Lil D, like, all of these people from the city, Fat Pimp, like, all of these people. They go, there was just a place you had to come, like, get these records, bro. Because if the kids was dancing to it, and it's MySpace era. So if it's movement like that, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Soulja Boy, like, early. I'm talking about early Soulja, before it cranked, that was even like a hit.
Yeah,
like, he was in there, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was just like a moment in time that we gonna bring back.
Yeah, you and your partner RJ was in there talking about bringing back stadium, man.
For sure.
How y'all plan on doing this?
I don't want to unveil it all the way, but it's gonna be a moment. It's gonna be a moment, a special moment, and the people who are from here, who are from that era, it's gonna be one of those things like, I cannot miss this. Like, I cannot miss this. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what I want to do with the album. I want the kids to be proud of where they from. And just to see the movement, you know what I'm saying? Everything, and like, oh wow, like, I can stand on this, and to get, like I said, another option. Oh, he ain't rapping about this, or his flow ain't this, and this. Like, okay, he's telling a story. This different. Like, this is not what I expected from somebody from here. And that's what people always tell me. You don't sound like you from here. You know what I'm saying? So it's just giving people another option and dope experiences. So yeah,
dope, man.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all
yeah,
right.
Man.
What's your feeling on collabing with, like, different artists, man?
I love to, like,
really?
For sure. Yeah, it's I love working in person. That's my favorite thing. So I'm like, I'm having people pull up to the studio or vice versa, whatever. Like I love working together. It just gotta make sense. Like I'm just not hopping on anything. Like you look around, I don't have a bunch of feature verses. Like it gotta make sense. It gotta be dope. The energy gotta be right. And then for the most part, I gotta like you. Like we gotta be cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can't just like, you know what I'm saying? So the energy just gotta be right. And if the energy right, then we can get a record for sure.
Okay. So if somebody send you something, you be like,
no,
or you just gotta like the record.
Yeah, I just gotta like the record. That's really it. That's really it. And it just gotta align with me and who I am as a man, and who my brand is. So after that, like, yeah, we can knock the record. And if it speak to me, like I'll know within the press play in the first 3 seconds, okay, words came, let's go. Okay. You know what I'm saying? But if not, I'll be like, nah, this ain't the one, bro. You know what I'm saying?
'Cause that's one thing that I don't think people in this DFW area do. Not a lot of collabs going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a scarcity mentality. Because if we feel like it's not enough room, right? We feel like it's not enough room here for all of us to exist at the same time. But I told you about Killer Mike's album. What I love about that is the song that everybody's talking about is a song with him and Andre 3000. Future's on that song, and then the R&B singer's on that song too. How does that make sense? Like, that's not supposed to make sense, but it sounds absolutely phenomenal. And he did a great job. Like, Killer Mike got a song with Young Thug on there. What? Like, that don't make sense. But it made sense because they come from the same place. They share something in common. They know what it's like to ride down this street, to be on this highway. And so it's like, okay, let's put aside the genre stuff. Let's put aside the ego and, like, let's just work. Let's just make something dope. And there's enough space for them to coexist there. There's enough space for us to coexist in this metroplex with 7 million people. It's enough space. We just gotta, we just gotta do it. We just gotta cut the ego stuff and just do it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's enough room for us. You know what I'm saying?
I just thought of something that's called DAFW. Dallas, Arlington, and Fort Worth. If 3 people could get on a record and call it DAFW. I don't know.
That might work.
That
might work.
I don't know. The funk. I don't know.
Yeah. No, it could. We could do it. We could do it. We just gotta do it. That's it. We just gotta stop acting like we can't coexist. Because a lot of us be supporting each other, like, you know what I'm saying? But like, yo, bro.
Yeah,
like
it's like behind the scenes, like, yo, that's dope.
Yeah, and I ain't even saying we gotta be on no buddy stuff, but like, it broke my heart. I seen this, and there's no shots. It was somebody who threw a festival, right? Mm-hmm. And it was a white dude doing the festival, putting on, like, black artists, and I was just like, and he just wasn't putting the right people who really, like, should be on there, who got real, like, motion, and they really doing stuff, and they're really dope. It was just like, bro, you just put a bunch of your friends on there, like, or whatever. Like, this don't even make no sense, and you calling it you know what I'm saying? Whatever festival. Like, bro, come on, man. Like, it's other people, but I think we just got to come together and do it ourselves, and stop being scared to, like, like, yo, it's only 100 people there this time. Okay, like, let's keep building. Like, it ain't gonna start off as, you know what I'm saying, the A3C Fest. It's not gonna do that. It's gonna take a second, But I think we can do it. There's so many talented artists here, from Coach Tev to, the Debbie Stones to Jason Lyric to, and they're all different. Like, everybody's different. So, like, we're super eclectic here. Like, there's something for everybody here. So we just gotta do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because what I see is, like, to the rest of the world, Dallas is just a space. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dallas is just a space. But it's like, if you get more than just one artist coming out of this city, now it's a movement. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's everybody will look at, like, okay, I need to mess with Dallas.
Yeah.
Like, I need to go there and fool with the artists that's in there and tap in with them.
Yeah.
But if it's only one person at a time, then you don't really.
It's not gonna work.
Yeah, you don't really get that that movement that you need. Yeah. And I kind of I remember this one guy. He was like, "Look, you could throw a rock, you know what I mean, in the ocean, and it'll give you little waves.
Yeah.
Or we could throw this big ass boulder in the ocean, and get like a huge wave. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't know what that's gonna take for, you know what I mean, people to really like collab in the city, really put on for the Dallas area, because I see it slowly turning, but it could be an actual quicker movement if people just collab and just jump on. And not even like for no album, just like mixtapes, like, hey, I'm gonna just give y'all a song with these three artists. You know what I mean?
I agree.
And just make something shake, man.
I agree.
I can't let this go by. This is BET weekend.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? You gonna be at the BET Rock the Mic, or what is it called?
Brunch, I think it is.
Okay.
Cultural brunch.
Okay.
50 years of hip hop.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be on you gonna be in a booth or rapping, or what they got you doing?
I get to do the Rap City joint. So
Okay.
which is crazy because I grew up like I watched all of them. You know what I'm saying? Like all of them. You know, every day I would come home and I'm putting on. I mean, like most of us did. Like all the hip hop generation, we gonna pull up to the house. We putting on Rap City, and right after Rap City, it's 106 in Park. And we watching. You know what I'm saying? You may flick the TRL real quick, just see who on TRL. If it's just like some pop star, I'm back over here. You know, but so to be able to come and do like the Rap City booth, I'm super excited to like, you know, drop a verse, man. Like, what? The booth? That's crazy. So crazy. So I'm excited.
Bet, man. Anybody you looking to see at the BET Awards, the actual awards?
I don't even, honestly, I'm sure they're gonna do a super dope actually, I lied. There is somebody.
Okay.
The GS Boys from Arlington, Texas are at the BET Awards, and they will be performing.
Really?
Yes, I think they're a part of the 50-year anniversary thing, whatever they're going to do. But shout out to the GS Boys, man, for putting on for our city, for having one of the most legendary dances ever, the Stanky Leg. Shout out to all of them, man. Y'all kill it this weekend. But, so that's what I'm looking forward to see because they putting on for us.
Okay. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Yo, man, Joseph, leave your tags, your Instagram, where people can get a hold of you if they want to get a verse, they want to just tap in with you, man.
Yeah. So on Instagram, at @THA_Vibrant, TikTok, you can hit me there. On YouTube, Joseph Live. And just tap in with me. You know, we'll go from there. But this Dream City album on the way, fall 23.
And I gotta give you a huge shout out, man, because of you, I started my TikTok.
Oh, let's go. TikTok.
I started my TikTok, man. You told me a long time ago, like, yo, you need to be on that platform.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you for that, because that's been giving me some motion over there. You know what I mean?
Man, I just believe in what you do, bro. Like, just straight up, I believe in what you do, the conversations you having, the people you having up here. Like, it's not, for whatever reason, we're sensationalized a lot. And so just the dope conversations that you have, the incredible people that you have, and you do your homework too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I be trying to, man.
Yeah, bro. So it's it's everything that's going your way is well deserved, bro. You put in all the work.
Appreciate it, man.
Yes,
appreciate it. I can't do it by myself. I got a amazing team behind me, man. John has been here. Sebastian is new. I'm trying to grow this whole thing, you know what I mean? So appreciate you, man.
Yes,
appreciate you,
always
Joseph.
Love, bro.
Yo, man, this has been the Tap In Podcast. Thank y'all for tapping in with us. And once again, man, holla at y'all.